It's definitely the microphone and not my cold.
All right, we'll call the December 5th meeting of the City Council order. Please rise and vote with silent, followed by the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Councilmember Byerly,
Here.
Councilmember Conklin,
Here.
Councilmember Missouri,
Here.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Here.
Councilmember Brinker,
Here.
Councilmember Morris,
He's waiting.
Mayor Long.
Here. Approval of the minutes of the November 14th and November 21st regular meeting.
Second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker, Councilmember Morris, Mayor Long.
Yes. Public comments and requests. Greg, we have any comments, requests that you have?
I didn't receive any comments prior to the meeting.
Okay. Request to install leave art, take art box.
The director of community life is remote tonight, so she cannot see that Aaron and Jadalyn are here for two seniors from Central Mountain High School and are requesting permission to install a leave art, take art box in the parklet area of Fallonell. And if council has any questions, the two students advocating for this project that will be helping oversee it are here this evening.
Anything you want to say?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Anyone have any questions? Do I have a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker,
Yes.
Councilmember Morris, Mayor Long.
Yes. Any other public comments?
Do I need to be a resident or taxpayer to speak from the floor
No,
or?
I might cut you off.
That's fine. I'll keep it under 3 minutes.
State your name for the record.
Kyle Pullman, and I'm from Woodward Township. I spoke to some of the people that are involved in the summer concert series in the past. And I was recommended to come here and ask him. Just to discuss what is going on or whatever, but I know Joel and I had conversations, and I don't even know who's on the concert series anymore, but there's been discussion about. The fact that Saturday night concerts really haven't been panning out as well as what Sunday ones used to. So I know there's been a bunch of people complaining about it, and nobody steps up to the plate and says anything, so. I said I would come here and just say that I think there's an overwhelming amount of people that would prefer to see it back to Sundays like it used to be. It was consistent. I think everybody in the area knew that Sunday nights was the night you'd go to the river and there'd be a concert there, the city was going. And that seems to be the night where you're not competing with birthday parties, weddings, class reunions, and every other event that goes on Saturday night. So I'm hoping that whoever's on the concert series committee would consider that whenever you guys meet for the following schedule that you're putting together. And if you're not interested in doing that, I don't know if there's somebody I can speak to if they're gonna remain on Saturdays, but last year we ran into a conflict where we had a River Fest over at the boat launch, and we've never had this problem in the past because the concerts were always Sunday nights, but we had our River Fest Saturday night, fireworks and stuff, and typically we have a band that night as well, to cap off River Fest, and it also was Saturday night that there was a float stage concert, which kind of created conflict. And we backed away from doing our concert over there that Saturday night, which kind of hindered our fundraiser a little bit, but I'm hoping I'm hoping you guys will consider Sundays again, but if you don't, if we communicate about that weekend, hopefully. We have the date set for River Fest, hopefully we can communicate that we don't double book more.
So, so you know, there is a meeting this Friday
Okay,
to discuss those kinds of things.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up at the meeting.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. 5, unfinished business. 5A, consideration of ordinance number 2022-14.
This is the annual adoption of the general fund fiscal year budget. Predominantly, the prices remain relatively unchanged. Council has also provided a final copy, and the ordinance and budget draft will match when the ordinance is adopted. And for the major funds, which is the general fund, water, sewer, airport, stormwater, and liquid fuels, it's 14.5 million, a little more than that. For the minor funds, it's 14.9 million. And so the combined budget of expenditures for the city in next fiscal year would be $29,465,000. Of course, just because it's approved to be spent doesn't mean we're spending it.
Do I have a motion?
I move acceptance of the 2014 ordinance, the fiscal year budget.
I'll second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Questions, comments?
Greg, just a question about the fairly minor item that we talked about at the last couple of meetings about increases for the library, downtown Lock Haven Inc. and the Lock Haven EMS. Is that already decided in the amounts, or would that be the specific amounts? We would decide that in early January.
The money for the increase to the library was included at 35,000. Money for downtown Lock Haven was increased by the same percent to 16,000 instead of 15,000. And then there is a surplus reserve in there of $10,000. The council can make a decision in January how it wants to allocate that. We will be asking for some additional information from Lock Haven EMS.
Okay, great.
Any other questions? Comments? A motion on the floor. Call for vote.
Councilmember Byerly.
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin.
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri.
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson.
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker.
Yes.
Councilmember Morris. Mayor Long.
Yes. 5B, consideration of ordinance number 2022-15.
This is readoption of the real estate tax millage for the year 2023, which is the same as the millage for 2022.
Do I have a motion?
I move ordinance 2022-15.
Motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion?
I wanted to thank staff and especially Greg for all the hours put in. This is budget process. It's not easy. I know there's a lot of extra hours there. We appreciate it.
I appreciate that.
Everything you did there.
I start in usually June every year to get it ready, and at the last minute, we're waiting on a few things, but usually by the time we get to August, September, most of the big ticket items have been ironed out. Fortunately, we did get our last piece of the pie, which is the liability, property, auto, and elected officials insurance quotes in. And because we're in Penn Prime, we're able to use a dual member trust to help reduce some of the cost to taxpayers. And also use some of the money that the trust returns to the entity to help draw down the cost. So definitely, like everyone, the insurance went up, but we fortunately had some money in reserve with the trust to be able to reduce that amount. So a lot of litigation that you read about in the newspaper with other municipalities obviously has an effect on the rates that you see throughout the nation. But thank you very much.
Your efforts been recognized, that's for sure. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker,
Yes.
Councilmember Morris, Mayor Long.
Yes. Those of you following along at home, Councilmember Morris is voting via phone. 5C, consideration of the award of fuel supply services.
This is from the Director of Public Works. The city staff received one bid for the fuel request for proposals from Nittany Oil Company, which is located at 204 Second Avenue across the street from the Public Works Garage. And the recommendation is to award the 2023 fuel bid to Nittany Oil Company for regular unleaded gas at 2.958 per gallon and diesel at 3.92 per gallon and heating oil at 3.92 per gallon.
What's the wish of council?
I'm sorry.
You want to start?
Move acceptance of those.
I'll second it.
A motion floor in a second. Any discussion, comments? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker, Councilmember Morris, Mayor Long.
Yes. Any other unfinished business, Greg?
I had none, Your Honor.
New business. 6A, consideration of resolution number 2022-44.
This is the annually adopted fee resolution, is its nickname, but it's actually called the Schedule of Charges and Fees. The only alteration this year is in the cost of sewer for treatment, with those new rates shown in the resolution, and they are the same as those that were placed in the budget book for council's discussion. And this would adopt those as the new rates beginning January 1st of this coming year.
What's the wish of council?
Move these schedule of rates of these.
I'll second.
And a second, thank you. Any further discussion? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson.
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker,
Yes.
Councilmember Morris, Mayor Long.
Yes. 6B, consideration of resolution number 2022-45.
This is a resolution that permits the city, if adopted by council, to apply for a new grant under Pennsylvania Small Water and Sewer Program that is funded in part by the American Rescue Plan. And this would be a 15% match for the city. And the project would be the sewer main that runs along Susquehanna Avenue. And the total cost of the project would be $463,100, with the 15% match coming from the city's sewer capital project fund of $69,000 $700.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
And a second. Any questions, comments?
Wouldn't, do you think this would be awarded? What was I see the deadline for a bond. But it would not be, it'd probably be the following year, right?
Yes, it wouldn't be awarded until 2023.
Not next year, year after, okay.
Any other questions or comments? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson.
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker.
Yes.
Councilmember Morris. Mayor Long.
Yes. 6C, consideration of setting the date for the first regular meeting of City Council for 2023.
January 2nd is the first Monday, but that is also the observed holiday for New Year's. And so council's requested to set the date for January 9th at 7:00 PM in council chambers.
Which is legal because we don't have anybody coming into office this coming year, right?
Right.
What's the wish, council?
Is the next meeting going to be the 16th?
Actually, they're not going to be back to back because of the way the weeks fall. We can do the 2nd and 4th in January, and there's still a week in between before February's meeting. So.
Okay.
Doesn't fall.
I will
I'm
be
just kidding.
in the Caribbean.
So we don't-
So move.
Second.
Motion on the floor and a second. Any further debate or questions?
Can we put C and D together? Or should they be separated?
We can put them together if those who made the motion want to do that. D for public's knowledge is consideration of cancellation of December 19th regular meeting of council.
So move.
You're amending it? You going on?
That about.
Okay, so we are moving 6C and D together. We have a motion on the floor and a second. Any other questions or comments? Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker.
Yes.
Councilmember Morris. Mayor Long.
6E, notice of state police fines.
This is just so the minutes reflect that the city received its second allocation this year from state police fines in the amount of $1,652.58. Fairly similar to the one that we got earlier.
Okay. 6F,
This is a notification to council that the cost of 2022 recycling for curbside residential pickup in the city of Lock Haven would be normally $32,077. Council adopted an amendment to the agreement with Wayne Township Landfill that if the city has increased tonnage over prior years, then the city can enjoy cost sharing revenue or cost saving revenue sharing. And so this year it did reduce that $32,000 down to $25,382.
Six G, recognition of the retirement of Chief Kristen Smith. The second half of this after the recognition, right?
What?
Get the second half of this after the recognition. Chief. Whereas council is enabled by the 35 city code to adopt a resolution as an expression of ceremonial or congratulatory expressions of goodwill. And whereas Kristen K. Smith has announced her intention to retire from active service with the city of Lock Haven on December 23rd,
2022. And whereas Kristen K. Smith was first hired by the city as an entry-level patrol officer on September 16, 2002. And whereas through her knowledge of public safety and performance in law enforcement, she excelled among her peers, becoming the first woman to earn the title of corporal in the city, first woman to earn the title of sergeant in the city, the first woman to earn the title and be appointed to the position of chief of police in the city of Lock Haven. Now, therefore, the city council of Lock Haven does adopt this resolution, claiming its gratitude on behalf of the community for the 7,404 days Chief Kristen Smith will have served enforcing laws of the United States, of this Commonwealth, and the city of Lock Haven for the betterment of all city residents. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. The city, it's been a pleasure, and I will look back on my time here as enjoyable and with fondness, and I enjoy working with each and every one of you and every city employee that we have here. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Well, first, she's not done yet. Until the 23rd. I will keep everything out of her. But Kristen and I jumped off the cliff together, as I like to say. So she became chief of police at the same time council appointed me to the manager position. And I had to write this down because I too might get the fun. So for those who don't know, Chief Smith is an avid collector of fountain pens. And she also still writes to pen pals that she has written to her whole life. And is an avid letter writer. And for the city's retirement gift to Chief Smith, we have selected a one-of-a-kind fountain pen created by an artist, Todd Eastman, of Heirloom Wood Turnings in Spartansburg, Pennsylvania. It's made from redwood lace burl, rhodium, and gold. It is as unique as you are. Yes.
Now, since I've already read that resolution, perhaps I can get a motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
I don't think there's any way to debate that. Please call for the vote, please.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yeah.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes, welcome to the club.
Councilmember Brinker.
Yeah.
Councilmember Morris. Mayor Long.
Yes. It's, I'm happy for you, Kristen. I'm sad. I happen to have been blessed to be here in December of 2002 when you were added to the police force. I'm very proud of everything you've done. Thank you for everything. Now, the second part of this, we have the appointment of Matt Rickard as the chief of police effective December 24th, 00 hours.
Yes, this is a formality so that we aren't chiefless. And on the 9th, which is the first meeting in the new year, we'll have the ceremonial swearing in of Chief Rickard as part of that day's excitement.
Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Welcome.
Thank you.
Forward to your tenure. Thank you. Call for the vote.
Councilmember Byerly,
Yes.
Councilmember Conklin,
Yes.
Councilmember Missouri,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevenson,
Yes.
Councilmember Brinker. Councilmember Morris. Mayor Long.
Yes. We have any other new business?
I had none, Your Honor.
We have any, we have some reports, FYIs here.
Yeah, it's just for council's informational purposes. Regarding the city hall roof, we haven't received the final invoice yet. But when we do, that'll be paid from the 2021 A note.
Price changes, okay. Anyone have anything else to bring before council this evening? Council, anything?
Other than to just, again, I mean, we've done it before, but to thank downtown for the work they did, the lights, incredible, the inflatables. And a lot of people are missing the inflatables at Canal Park, so if you haven't gotten the chance to get down there, you've got to get down there. It's like, take your kids, grandkids, whatever, get down there. It's pretty impressive.
Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, I usually hear you say it. We have a motion, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and have a Merry Christmas.
Christmas.